Déjame ver qué mensaje tengo por aquí.
Let me see what messages I have here.
¿Ustedes responden los mensajes?
Do you answer the messages?
Levante la mano el que no responde mensaje.
Raise your hands, those who do not respond messages.
Correcto, Héctor Rodríguez.
Right, Héctor Rodríguez. Such as these 500,000 houses a year. We take some part to Caracas. Small buildings of four stories. Very good idea. Meet Villadel. This is a very good idea. Nancy Perez writes over here. She sends a video. Check the video that Nancy sends. Make it viral, Nancy. Where are you? Make it viral. Right. Over here, Winston Baradilla. He sends a video, but not very happy. Alberto Arangivel is reporting. Right. Right. A new agenda. I truly believe we have to do all over again. Everything all over again. Venezuela needs a rebirth. Professor Pedro Calzadilla, you are a theorist of Renaissance. As a historian, Venezuela needs a rebirth, cultural, spiritual identity, a revolutionary rebirth, a rebirth from the roots, a moral, ethical rebirth. Venezuela needs a deep rebirth after the calamities we have faced, of the difficulties we have faced, of the wars we have faced, after the beatings we have received. We need to rebirth, a physical and a spiritual rebirth of the homeland. Venezuela needs to strengthen resistance, the political, cultural, economic resistance, and stand against the imperial policy that is not going to stop. It will not stop. There you see, 1 year later, a year ago, people applauded Biden's arrival, and we declared hopeful that Joe Biden's arrival could mean an improvement in communication and respectful relations with the United States. By a year later, has anything improved? It's worse. The persecution, sanctions today with Joe Biden, it's worse. They kidnapped one of our diplomats. They kidnapped him in the middle of the night. They took him to the United States. Alet Saf Moran. That's why we have to set national resistance as a fundamental line of the years to come, till 2030 and on. The military resistance, cultural resistance, political resistance, ideological, spiritual, the ethical resistance facing the imperialism with its campaigns and their aggressions. And we need a permanent revolutionizing of everything. When I say revolutionize, it's a permanent renovation, a permanent renovation, a permanent change for the better, for the good. A revolution that is swamped and is conservative, that thinks that everything is done, is not a revolution. It's simply a government, a party, a policy, but it stops being a revolutionary process. And the essence of our revolution is that our revolution is a permanent process of change, of renovation. It's a permanent revolution. That's why I dare to propose to you, comrades, a new formula, 2030. Formula 2030. 2022, 2030. A short, medium, and long-term effort with a clear vision of where we're going, of the great achievements. A new stage of transition to socialism with new forms of action, with new forms of training, education, a new socialism based on practice and the history we have lived, based on truth upon which we are standing, based on dreams and utopia, based on theory and the formulations of our commander Chavez, a new socialism, Bolivarian socialism, deeply nationalist and independent, and Latin Americanism, a new socialism, humanistic socialism, of the humanism of Redemptor Christ, deeply humanist and moral and ethical, a socialist that is deeply Chavista, based on a rebel people and in the desire of their happiness, shared happiness, shared social happiness, a new time. And I dare today, after seeing the happy consolidation of the political stability, the happy deployment of the 5 political powers, the conquest of peace, stability of the country, to see the first elements of a real economic recovery, of economic growth, after seeing the capacity of the country to resist, to be resilient, to overcome all of these years of difficulties, I dare to propose on the road a plan 2022-2030. With raising 3 new R's. That include itself the 3 R's by our commander-in-chief. They take it and then reformulate towards the future with their feet on the ground, on our way to 2030. I propose that we go to a new system, the system of 3 R's, of the new stage of transition to socialism, the new system of 3 R's, .nets. Let's go together to a new stage of transition to socialism. A system of 3 R's. The first R, resistance to the onslaught, to the blockade, to the imperial aggressions. Creative resistance, ideological resistance, moral, ideological, political, cultural resistance. Resistance, yes, because imperialist and right-wing aggression will continue. Deep resistance that will take repoliticization of our people. A second R, renaissance, of rebirth of the original spirit of the land, of rebirth of the foundational values of Venezuela, rebirth of the national project Simón Bolívar, 30 years to February the 4th, of the plan of the homeland, the rebirth of the Venezuela as a power, and a third R, Revolutionize.
Así la conjugo.
That's how I combine it. Revolutionize everything, change it, everything. Do it all over again, to do it better and to do it well. To do it well with the government, for the government, with the people, for the people. 3 R's. Resistance, rebirth, and revolutionize. Resistance, rebirth, and revolutionizing permanently. 3Rs.net.
¿Qué significa net en inglés?
What does net mean in English?
¿Ah? Red. O dominio.
Net
¿Qué dice
or
Diosdado?
domain.
¿Qué significa?
What does it mean?
Nuts. ¿Qué dice Ernesto?
Ernesto, what did you say?
¿Te gusta octogenario?
Do you like it? 80-year-old.
Octeño es la cosa. ¿Qué dice Jorge Rodríguez de net?
Jorge, what do you say about net?
Significa red y
It
dominio,
means
¿no?
net and domain.
Pensando y trabajando en la madrugada
So I was thinking and working in the early morning, a new stage, a new plan
de transición
of transition
al socialismo,
to
porque
socialism,
el socialismo es nuestra meta histórica.
because
El
socialism is
socialismo
our
es nuestro proyecto de
historic
sociedad,
goal.
de
This is our
nación, de
project,
humanidad. Es el
a social
socialismo,
project
el
of
sistema
humanity.
más justo que la
Socialism
humanidad
is the
pueda crear para
fairest
sustituir el capitalismo neoliberal,
system of
a la
humanities to
desigualdad,
replace
a la
neoliberalism,
explotación, al
exploitation,
imperialismo. Es el
imperialism.
socialismo del
It is
siglo
socialist
XXI,
of 21st
nuestro
century,
socialismo democrático, cultural,
democratic, cultural,
indoamericano,
Indo-American,
cristiano, bolivariano y
indigenous,
chavista, nuestro camino,
Latin American, and Chavista.
nuestro camino, compañero.
It is our road.
Vienen tiempos buenos,
Good times are coming.
vienen tiempos mejores.
Better times are coming.
Este año
This year,
vamos a conmemorar los 30 años
we will be celebrating the 30 years
del grito de rebeldía de Caracas
of the shout
y
of
de Venezuela. Aquel
rebellion
4 de
shout in
febrero
Caracas in
del
Venezuela.
año
That February the 4th
1992.
of 1992.
Lo